PK, I've known from the beginning of what we would call our dirty South shit, you know what I'm saying?
It depends on who you ask, man. You know, to some folks, you know, PK is, you know, the guy that always talks like he has the right answer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't quite know what he does, but you're like, damn, he does sound like he knows what he's talking about.
I met PK in school. We weren't in the same kind of classes because I was in smart people classes and he was in kind of regular kid classes. I went into super smart classes that like my cousin who he hung with, but you know, we met in school, man. We met at high school. Frederick Douglass High School was a great school.
It was a high school somewhere. Can't even remember, man. I just know he just always had that mouth on him. Just like a civil rights march leader, almost, you know. Always drawing a lot of attention to himself. He was in high school, though.
I met PK 2000, 2001. And they just started working on the new Young Bloods album. I actually met him through artists, Big Floaty, who I went to school with. He came and did a couple songs for a compilation me and my buddy were working on. And I went down to the studio to play some beats for him. And that pretty much started everything.
Oh man, I met Pretty Ken. Studio session I had with Mark Twain. Mark Twain really was just about everybody in the Attic. Mark Twain, like I said, he was a member of the Attic, Motown, Pretty Ken, Black Mike, Freaky T, Cuddy Cartel, Sean Paul, J-Bo, Stepdaddy, everybody with the studio one day. I had heard about Pretty though. I had heard about him through Twain and through everybody in the Attic because I met him first.
I first met PK, I think it was like 1995, 96. On Creel Road, 105 Creel Road. Niggas at an ice cream truck, he about 275 there. So I'm like, nigga, you gonna eat about the ice cream? You gonna get nobody no ice cream? You know how that nigga look at you with that one eyebrow like, nigga, you ain't cool enough to eat no motherfucking ice cream. That's how I first met that nigga, for real though.
When we was doing the Dungeon Family, he was a part of a group called the Attic Crew, which if you think of a house, we're in the basement and they're in the attic, right? Same house though, not a different block, not a different neighborhood, none of that, same vibe.
A lot of important and smart people kind of came out of our class, and PK, founder of the Attic Crew, you know, helped shape what Atlanta music is, and Killer Mike were there too. So it was a pretty interesting mix of people, and he's been PK since the very beginning.
PK now is an evolution of somebody, you know, who was like your classic genius knucklehead. You know, somebody who knew they had vision and just assumed everybody should just follow it because they knew it. PK now, he's actually developed into that person who can articulate the whys, you know, the why he does shit. He can articulate why it makes sense for you to be involved in it. He can, you know, he's now a more, you know, diplomatic rebel.
I remember vividly that my first encounter with PK was not too pleasant. I met him through mutual homie Jimmy Swagger. And Ken was working on this Attic Crew project. And so Jimmy gave me a call, I'll come over to the studio to meet with Ken about doing some artwork. So I get over there, I had my portfolio, and I had this big ass poster, CD insert, this whole little presentation as to, you know, what I could do for the packaging and the promo. So I put the shit on the table, and Kid this record just went skrrr. And I remember him saying, what's this old hip hop shit?
He's a guy that, you know, really, I guess, like, guides artists where they should be going with their music, you know what I'm saying? From like guys that are starting off to even guys that have sold, you know, millions of records, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes like he's that voice that they keep around, you know, to kind of like keep them on track, so to speak, you know what I'm saying? They might have a great idea, you know, they might need to reel it in, and PK is definitely that dude that will help them reel it in, you know what I'm saying? So like it depends on, you know, who you ask, but for the most part, if you ask around the city about, you know, who he is, people are going to have, you know, something similar to say about him. Like this guy, he knows what he's talking about. He may say it loud as hell, but he does know what he's talking about.